How you doing, Coach? Can I just get general your reaction of Garner being back as a starter this week?
Yeah, we're excited to have Gardner back in there. It's full go, and hopefully we'll give him something that he's comfortable with and let him play. I think the big thing with Gardner is different style. The man's a little bit of different type of ways to go about the offense. He moves around a lot back there in the pocket, so our receivers got to get back used to that for off-schedule plays, which happened once or twice in the game. So just a matter of getting back used to him and calling plays for him and getting him back comfortable in the pocket.
How much did he make it known to you? Go back like 2 weeks ago. How much did he make it known to you that he wanted to be back and he was totally healthy?
Well, I think there's a difference between somebody saying they want to and then actually showing that they're ready. And I think that's the one thing we were trying to figure out as a staff, that is he ready physically to get back there? And it wasn't really a whole lot of proof that gave us that. Mentally, Gardner's a competitor. He's going to want to play whether he has a broken thumb, a broken leg, whatever. He's going to try to play. But from the way we looked at it, we didn't think he was quite ready with the reps that we saw him get. Now we feel a little bit more comfortable, obviously, and Coach Marone decided to make the switch back to him. So hopefully we'll get a good couple days of practice here. Let him see him stroke it in practice and go from there.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
Thanks, John. Let's go to D-Rock and then Mark and then JP.
Coach, what has it been like for you dealing with these three guys? You get Gardner for the first half of the year, then you go to a guy that has never played before, so you've got to adjust, and then you've got to deal with, then you go to the veteran, and now you're back to Gardner, all different kinds of styles, experience levels. How hard is it to put together the game plan every week and figuring out what works and what doesn't?
Yeah, it's hard because, I think, you sit in meetings and people understand what we're talking about on a chalkboard and with the film projector, but when they get out there live, how much is too much and what can they handle, what can't they handle? So that's been the biggest challenge for me. You want to simplify some things, but you also want to try to have some creativity, some different formations and different concepts, but probably put too much on their plate, all of them. So trying to make sure these guys are comfortable. That's the number one thing with Gardner this week, but it has been quite the challenge to know what these guys are comfortable with and what they can execute.
So when you're trying to decide which guy is which, does it, or what you're going to put in for like Gardner this week as opposed to, Mike last week, how much do you have to basically just jettison out of the playbook from last week or the game plan from last week and adjust with this week? Is it totally completely different, or is there some stuff that they may be able to still both run?
They should all be able to run a lot of the same stuff. Just you have to be a little bit more aware of what Gardner can do with his legs. He's a little bit more athletic, so there might be some more things that get him outside the pocket, so to speak, more so than maybe Jake or Mike, who aren't quite that athletic. So, we try to cater to his strengths and go from there. But, we've put in quite a few plays from OTA, from training camp until now. So picking and choosing the different ones we've run before, the best way to attack this Raven defense, which obviously is pretty good.
Thank you.
Thanks, D-Rock. Let's go to Mark and then JP.
Yeah, Jay, following up on that, how difficult is it as a coordinator to deal with off-schedule plays? I mean, it's one thing if it's Lamar Jackson, it's a whole different deal when it's, not to take anything from Gardner, but when it's a guy like Gardner.
You don't deal with them. You just hope they happen positively in our favor for us. You see some of the great ones, Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. I don't think they script those off-schedule plays, but they happen, and they usually happen in a favorable manner. And hopefully our receivers understand Gardner sometimes he'll break the pocket. And we got to do a better job around him to get open and escape. It's scramble drill. It's whatever you want to call it. We got to get open for him. And our line have to continue to try to work and stay on their block. So a lot goes into that. But hopefully our guys will understand that and react.
Is it impossible to practice, or do you guys try to practice some of that scramble stuff?
Well, you never know what's going to happen. You'd like to have everything, you have great protection, great routes, and deliver the ball on time. That's what our goal is. But obviously that doesn't happen every play or hardly ever sometimes. So we got to do a good job of trying to just adjust and keep talking it through. And you never know what play to script and then just blow the whistle and have the guy run around to. It could be a play action pass. It could be a quick game. It could be a true drop back. So our guys just got to understand that, if they don't get the ball in the timing of the play, they got to abort and make something happen.
Thanks, Mark. Let's go to JP and then Gary.
Hey, Jay, what kind of year has DJ Chark had for you? I know he's been beat up a little bit, and he's, the target to catch ratio recently hasn't been great. What's going on with DJ this year for you?
Yeah, I mentioned this a little while ago. DJ is a great kid, working very hard, and we've tried to target him, and it just hasn't happened. Whether it's protection issue, whether he's been covered, whether it's been a poor throw, whatever. It just has not happened the way we anticipated it happening in training camp. He had a great training camp. He's a great player, and we just got to try to continue to figure out ways to get him the ball, whether it's in a slot, whether it's outside, whether it's in a stack, wherever it might be. We got to try to figure out ways to get him the ball, and he's got to continue to work on his craft as well. So I think everything goes hand in hand. The production hasn't been there really for anybody from a standpoint of what we expect. So we just have to continue to demand more, and hopefully we'll get more.
Is that frustration something you can work on with him? It sometimes shows with DJ, or do you just kind of let that go and just call the plays? How does that work with
I think
above the shoulders?
Yeah, I think everybody's frustrated. Not just him. I think all of our receivers are frustrated. Tight ends, our quarterbacks are frustrated. Our line, our whole team's frustrated. You lose 12 in a row, you better be frustrated. But now it's a matter of coming back to work and continue to work on your craft, not pointing any fingers. Don't blame the quarterback. Don't blame the receivers. Don't blame the line. Don't blame the defense. Don't blame the coaches. Let's just go in here and everybody come back and work and let's get better. We have a young football team. There's no question about it. We've gone through 3 quarterbacks, different tight ends. We lost our third down back. We're different backs in the backfield as far as getting open. So it's been quite the challenge. Visca's been in and out of the offense. DJ's been in and out of the offense. So getting these guys ready, prepared in different spots. Keelan playing slot for the first time in his career. It's been a challenge, but these guys have come to work. They practice hard. They work hard. Production hasn't shown, but I think in the long run, if we stay on this course, these guys will get better and better because of this situation now.
Thanks, JP. All right, let's go to Gary, and then we'll finish with Cassidy.
Yeah, Jay, a little beat up on the interior of the offensive line. Do you guys think you'll be able to get a lot out of Andrew this week in practice and in the game? And what kind of concerns do you have about, guard, center guard there?
Yeah, I think Andrew coming back is huge. I think he's called Big Nasty for a reason. We love his tenacity in the running game, and he's physical. He's a good pass protector. Obviously, Barsh did a good job for his first game, really filling in a starting role, did a good job. Shatley's been solid at center, so we're okay there. And AJ's done a good job at right guard. So I think having Andrew back is going to be a big plus for our interior running game. They're a powerful team up front. Very difficult to run between the tackles, but having Andrew in there will help out a lot.
But you're not going to have the depth that you had maybe a month ago.
Yeah, true. I think we'll have to decide on who that extra guard is, whether it's Casey or whoever it might be. So that'll be a big challenge. Hopefully their guys stay healthy, but we'll get somebody ready. We've got guys in here that have been practicing and ready to roll if they're called upon.
Okay, and then do you guys have a little bit of an advantage in facing Calais and Jan because, your tackles have probably seen every move they've ever had?
Yeah, probably. I mean, they've seen them, so that's good. Still, Calais is a huge man and very productive, very active still. And obviously, Jan does a good job with his outside pass rush. So it'll be a challenge. They have a good front. They give you a lot of different looks. Again, odd fronts, even fronts, different guys blitzing in A gaps and B gaps and C gaps and safeties coming, nickels coming. It's quite the pain in the neck, but those guys are definitely good pass rushers, but there's a lot of other guys we got to worry about as well.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Gary. Let's finish up with Cassidy.
Hey, Coach. Todd told us last week that they were doing specific drills to prepare for Derrick Henry's stiff arm. I'm just wondering if in that same vein, do you do anything specific this week to prepare for Marlon Humphrey, who leads the league in forced fumbles?
We do ball security drills, every Thursday, and it's our guys done a great job of protecting the ball. I think we've had a couple fumbles. Mike fumbled one time, and Gardner had a couple fumbles early. But for the most part, our running backs and receivers done an excellent job of hanging on the ball in traffic and our backs. So we just got to continue to preach that 2 hands on the ball. Marlon, he does a great job. I think he's forced 9 fumbles already this year, and very productive. Very similar to Josh Norman. I had him. He did a great job with the ball punch. So that's just something we have to be aware of and practice. Make sure we get 2 hands on the ball and hold it tight.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you post-practice.